trenches go.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego Unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Julian J. Rock Williams, it looks like he's going to have to find someone else to fight. It's being reported that Jarrett Hurd, former unified champion, is not interested in the immediate J-Rock rematch, you know. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We work in ESPN Plus. Sign up below. They got a UFC Poirier versus Nurmagomedov. Should be a good fight. It helps the channel. I'm an affiliate. The link is in all of my videos. Hit the subscribe button now. Hit the like button now. Let's get started. Now, a lot of rumors are circulating, and it looks to be the case. J-Rock has responded, which we'll look at. And the rumors suggest that Hurd doesn't want to fight J-Rock in an immediate rematch. They were trying to do this for Fox and have the rematch this year, December 14th. But now it's looking like that's a no can do. And Hurd posted this article. It says Hurd doesn't want the Williams rematch next. 12-14 fight is off. And, you know, I want to give my thoughts, but let me first start off with Philly's own unified champion, J-Rock. This is what he had to say. I don't kick no man while he's down, and I wish him the best. I'm confident he'll be champion again. He's a certified dog. With that being said, can y'all Hurd fans please stop harassing my page about this storm that was supposed to come? I'm from the trenches of Philadelphia. I never worried about a storm coming from the Maryland suburbs. Hashtag the landlord, hashtag IBF, WBA, IBO champion, West Philly versus the world. Short, to the point, simple. He said he wasn't worried about nothing. He was down for the get down. And you know, it's kind of funny how he did that. That was some real Philly stuff right there. That was a Philly move, because the first part is like super humble, and he's like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna kick no one while he's down. But then he kind of took a jab a little bit, but you know, that's just my interpretation of it. My thoughts on the fight not happening this year. It's disappointing. Wow. Great moment, man. He said, I still get the chills whenever I hear those words. And the new. I can't wait to show y'all what's next. The landlord. I'm disappointed. Like, simply put, I'm disappointed. The reason being is I'm a boxing fan. So the selfish boxing fan in me wants to see great fights. This is my fight of the year in terms of a tactical warfare, action, you know, a meticulous, methodical strategy and game planning. Across the board, the fight delivered. And just watching that clip again reminds me of how J-Rock was. He looked smaller than, you know, in shape and all that, but he looked a lot smaller than Hurd. So to see him in the 12th round, I remember this exact moment, smiling and shit, looking at the camera, having fun in there. You know, it was a beautiful thing to watch. This was beautiful, old school, throwback type of performance. And he's from that place. He's from Philly, B-Hops and the Frasers. These people are from Philly, right? You can never, you know, Rocky, if you want to include that. You know, let me tell you something you already know, kid. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbow. He comes from that. Philly's gritty. Philly has, you know, nice places, but it definitely got hoods. And that Philly grit in the sport of boxing, Meldrick Taylor, all this stuff, right? Great old school throwback performance. So why wouldn't I not want to see it again, you know? And I think this is not a good look for Hurd. I'm not gonna, even though we're doing an unpack coming to you live, I can't go too far in because I don't know what's prompting him to say deuces to the immediate rematch. I don't know the answer, but I will say, without having his side of it, it doesn't look good. You know, if I'm being honest with myself and being honest with my crowd, it don't look good. J-Rock, and I'm not making accusations, I'm just telling you the actual facts. J-Rock and his trainer, as you guys see, they keep saying must have VADA testing to fight us. No ifs, ands, or buts. We the champion. We in the driver's seat. We earned it out the mud. Everybody has to sign up for VADA, WBC, clean testing style type of shit. Even though it's not for the WBC champion. You get what I'm saying? Everybody got to be on VADA. And then now all of a sudden the fight's not happening. Again, this is not me suggesting anything. I'm just telling you why it doesn't look good. But beyond that, beyond them requesting VADA testing, you know, beyond that is it was a great fight, and you have triggered an immediate rematch and not followed through with it. You know, you look at, it's like Anthony Joshua saying, you know, his team coming out saying, hey, we're triggering the immediate rematch versus Andy Ruiz. He came up short on that, but he actually got stopped. And then that's like him a couple months later saying, nah, you know, I'm gonna do something else. So I don't really know Hurd's side. I don't know what he got going on or the reason. We just hear the reaction from J-Rock, and you know, he don't lose nothing. J-Rock don't lose nothing here. He still got all the belts. He could probably get a fight with Erislandy Lara. That'd be a great fight. Erislandy Lara, I mean, it was only Canelo's brother who you know, who's not as good as Canelo, but that he looked good. Lara looked good versus Raymond Alvarez. He did what he was supposed to do, got him out of there without wasting nobody's time, real quick, fast, and in a hurry. That would be a great fight, actually. So there's still options for J-Rock. You know, I don't know about Jaime Munguia, but he's an option. He just got options. He's when you got 2 belts, you got options. 3 belts, technically, I think, with the IBO. So he got options. Lara also became the WBA version of a champion or some shit. So, you know, it's good. Again, I don't know what's up with Hurd. I don't know what his game plan is. I don't know why. It could be another thing for Hurd is his longtime trainer, Ernesto, he's no longer working with him. So maybe he doesn't feel he has enough time to prepare. You know, I don't know what the reason is, but that could be it. Maybe he feels like, man, this is kind of clutch, do or die. I got some things I need to, you know, he could have had that serious heart to heart with himself. And I think all of us need to do that. Self-reflection is the hardest type of reflection. It's easy for you to criticize others, look at your neighbor and say what they doing wrong, talk about someone else's relationship, but what's wrong in your relationship? You know, everybody wants to look in other people's backyard, but they don't want to look in their own front yard or their backyard. You know what I'm saying? They want to criticize others. So I don't have enough information from the Hurd side to know what's going on and why he doesn't want it. He could be thinking about moving up to 160 because the dude is big. You know, Jarrett Hurd looks like he's easily pushing 200, 190, you know, 192, 200 pound, and he cut down to 54. So I don't really know. You know, maybe this is kind of a do or die fight. The way he lost to J-Rock, I had J-Rock pretty much putting out a shutout. It was competitive enough where it was fun, but with the knockdown and the performance, the inside work, you know, there wasn't, based on that alone, there wasn't no real indication that Hurd has what it takes to beat J-Rock fundamentally. Mentally, he already showed that he's tough. J-Rock is tough. I'm all up in here. J-Rock is tough because if he wasn't tough, he would have just succumbed to the Charlo loss and stoppage and just threw his hands up. And we know Philly fighters are tough. This is what they're known for, this type of shit. You know? So we already know that J-Rock is well put together and he's durable. And then from a physicality point of view and a fundamental technical side, he is the more technical boxer with power. His inside game and strategy obviously work. And I thought he put on a dominant performance. So it could be something like that. Hurd might be like, you know, I got some stuff I got to really correct. You know, J-Rock, in that he's also sparring with Triple G and stuff. So J-Rock is no stranger. He's been around the block. It could be something like that. It could be like Hurd just realizes without naming his coach, because I don't think he's named who he's going to be going with, you know, without naming his new coach. December might be too quick, because December will be here before you guys know it, you know. So he might feel he has too much to correct and want to take a tune-up before he gets to this man. I was actually here for that picture. That's funny. I think I took this pic. I don't know. Maybe I didn't take it, but I know I was there for sure. I might be in the background. Look, you can see me right there. That's hella crazy. Look, I'm interviewing someone right there. I knew, man, my memory is crazy. Look, you see me? You see that ego hat? That's hella funny. This is all sporadic. Look, that's me, EGO. That's hella funny. I knew I was in the gym that day. Well, clearly I lied. I didn't take the picture because I'm in the background of it, but you guys get what I'm saying. You dig. Anyway, J-Rock is a monster. The way he's looking, he's bounced back. He proved everything he needed to prove. He went for the first title, came up short, as you guys know, with Jamal Charlo, but then he did it all the way big in the rematch. So again, I don't know enough about why Hurd doesn't want to fight him again. It would just all be speculation. So I know this is an unpack. This is a fight I was looking forward to. So I just wanted to unpack it and talk about the news and, you know, just give some detailed, thought out thoughts. You know, this is Hurd. He's working. So maybe, like I said, maybe he wants a tune up. Maybe he's moving up in weight. We don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So he's putting in work, you know. Let's see what he's talking about.
Hey, shout out to my man Tone.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, he's looks like he's working, getting in shape. I don't know what was the hold up or why it fell through, why the change of heart, if you will, like the TV show. You know, I don't know what caused that. It could be a variety of things. I guess we have to wait until we hear more from Jarrett Hurd. But I will say I am disappointed as a fan because this was a great first fight, and that would have been a great fight for Fox. I think Fox has done a great job with just overall the way they've been presenting boxing. This got good ratings. The second one would have done more or less the same or better. You know, this was a classic fight. So I don't know from the Hurd side. Hopefully he comes out and speaks to it. You know, my lines are always open. I'm gonna start maybe reaching out to some of these guys and try to get the scoop, see what's good, what's popping. But the first fight was a great fight. Both guys have options, but it could be. See, the thing I will give it to these fighters like Hurd, and even though I don't think it looks good per se from the, you just got to look at the public eye. It's not going to look good. You know, they're clamoring and requesting drug testing. Beyond that, you triggered an immediate rematch. People thought we had a date in the fight. They even had the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Washington Redskins, which is actually the teams of both players, playing the next day. The fight would have been on Saturday and that would have been on Sunday. So that looked like some strategic planning for the date, and for it to not happen, that kind of sucks. But I will say is this: if a fighter wants to improve their game and level up and really get better, then coming off of a loss, we have to respect that, because boxing, nothing is given to you in the world of boxing. This is a crooked, grimy, dirty ass game. Trust me on that one. There's a lot of politics, a lot of snakes, a lot of bullshit, and a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes that you guys don't necessarily know. I know some of it because I'm involved and I go to the fights cover. I step foot in people's gyms and, you know, hearsay, and, you know, I have relationships with fighters. But, you know, you got to do what's right for you in that regard. You know, it's kind of like Andrew Luck with the Colts. At first I was like, kind of like, oh man, why is he, you know, he's only 28. Why are you retiring? But the more I thought about it, fuck that. Because in a situation like that, ain't nobody going to tell you how, if you lost a passion, you lost a passion. You need to get the fuck up out the league. You know, if you're not feeling it or you don't feel mentally you could go through it again with the rehabs and shit, then Andrew Luck did the right thing. So who are we to say, oh no, you fucking keep rehabbing and do physical therapy. If your heart's not in it, it's not in it. Same thing like boxing. If your heart is not in this sport, you definitely need to get out. Now, I don't think Jarrett Hurd's heart is not in the sport, but if he feels, I don't know his reason, but I'm just saying he's coming off a loss. He's not a champion right now. That gives him an out where you don't have to just go for the gusto and try to prove an immediate rematch, because just like Joshua Ruiz, it now becomes do or die. If you lose, people are going to forget. Like, if you lose, nobody in boxing, it's not the UFC. People taking too many losses, too many L's professionally in a small space of time, it don't look good for the fighters, especially in this social media age where, you know, everybody's a critic, you know, people open their own channels and all that shit, you know, so it's not a good look. So Hurd doesn't have to really do an immediate rematch. My only suggestion would be to consider these things beforehand instead of triggering an immediate rematch and kind of getting people's hopes up, because then that's kind of where it makes you look bad. But, you know, I could respect it if he feels that he genuinely needs to improve his craft and he wants to work on it, because I don't think Hurd has the best defense and he's going to have to focus. I think Edeslani Lara recently said that too. Hurd need to work on his defense before he get hurt. So if it's a reason like that, this is all like kind of just guesstimating like kind of what things I think it could be, then I respect that, because again, you have an out. You're no longer a champion. You don't have mandatories. You don't have pressure and obligation. And you go like some of these fighters like Joshua, he's in a do or die fight with Ruiz. If he loses in the same fashion earlier, you know, same late, it's going to be a bad look for his career. So if Hurd is trying to get back on track the real way and you respect J-Rock's game to the point where you're like, nah, I need more time than December to get ready, then I can respect that, you know, because that makes sense from a point of growth. And again, you got to look in this boxing game. It's twisted. It's the loneliest sport in the world. So you have to really look after yourself. I respect the fighters that know they need to improve certain things and then they go after it. You know, you could just rush into a rematch and hope you get it done. But what if you don't? That's what you got to look at. Like I tried telling people, all these fighters who take fights to save cards and they only have like 2 weeks to train and they're really just doing it to make weight. You know, not everything's going to be an Andy Ruiz situation where you have a minimal amount of time, 5-6 weeks, and then you can pull off a major upset and flip your lifestyle. You know, this is all going on your record. And there's a lot of fighters who they get the call all the time with ill time to prepare. And they might have been able to beat some of these guys had they had sufficient time to prepare or put on better showings. But boxing this is how it works. You know, you see people become casualties. You see fighters grow old, and then they put in the young, hungry Canelo against Carlos Baldomir and let him destroy him. But, you know, he just caught a case, so I'm glad that Canelo destroyed him. But you guys get it. That's what happens. They put fading fighters in with the young, fresh lion, right? And your legendary status starts to get tainted because you just in there fighting against youthful competition that you can't beat. You know, Eric Morales got done up by Danny Garcia, et cetera, et cetera. This goes on all day. So fighters that take their career in their own hand and they're really trying to improve, hone their skill, be the best version of them, take it serious, try new things. I'm all for that. Whether, let's say you didn't do strength and conditioning and now you're trying it, or you switching coach. As long as everything is good, as long as it's balanced and not in excess. Like Chad Dawson, he kind of switched too many trainers, you know, for my liking, for my taste. And it's like, maybe it's not the trainers, maybe it's you, maybe it's the student, you know. But if you're trying new things out, I can't blame you, because you only have one career, you only have one life, and you have one temple, and you got to make the most of it. So your decisions have to be a business. And I wish Joshua would hear this particular video, because he seems to be the opposite of how I feel. And I'm not saying I'm always right, but Joshua was talking about, oh yeah, I have to stay with Rob McCracken. Why should I leave? You know, I've been with him since I was a boy. But it's not about that. It's about your career. It's about, are you improving? Are you regressing? Are you getting better? Are you sharpening your tool set? You know, are you staying about the same? Are you, you know, doing the right type of training? It's not about friendships and I'm not saying to be disloyal, but this is a career. It's just like the thing that people have to understand is boxers are just regular people. Celebrities are just regular people. That's it. They just have a cool job or a dangerous job, but that doesn't change. Boxing's dangerous, so is a crab fisherman. But one position is considered more of an athlete and a celebrity than the crab fisherman. But there's a lot of dangerous jobs. You got to do what's right for you in that dangerous job. You're not going to just do something and put yourself in harm's way, trying to impress the next person. So I don't suggest that boxers do that. If you've grown and learned everything you could with your existing coach and you really believe that it's time for a change, or you don't respect their leadership anymore, or they have nothing left to offer you, then you got to make those tough decisions. Because what fighters end up doing is they want to make those tough decisions after they keep losing. Okay, now let me try a new trainer. But by then it's too late. Your confidence has been chipped away at, things like that. I promise you, look at how many fighters lost to somebody and then switched trainers. Amir Khan, he was with Freddie Roach, lost by knockout to Danny Garcia, then he went to Virgil Hunter. Berto lost to, I think it was Robert Guerrero or somebody, then he got with Virgil Hunter, or he lost whoever. Hurd, J-Rock, he lost to J-Rock, and Hurd got a new, I don't know who his trainer's gonna be, but now he's switching trainer. You guys gotta, the fighters gotta think about this stuff beforehand as well. And for Hurd, it's not too late. He only has one loss. He didn't get stopped or nothing like that. So, I respect it. We have to wait for more from Hurd to see why he feels this way, that he doesn't want to do the immediate rematch. But disappointing as a boxing fan, just because we're greedy and selfish and I wanted to see it. Let me know what you guys think. What are the implications? Is he moving up? Does he not want to fight for some reason? Drop your thoughts, what you've heard, what you've seen in the comment section. To me, it might just be a change. I see he cut his hair and stuff. He might just be, he lost, and he might not like the feeling. So he might be going through some whole metamorphosis, because J-Rock was clowning him like, man, they was laughing and joking, sleeping on me in the locker room, getting haircuts and shit like that. And I noticed after he lost, he got his hair cut, so maybe what J-Rock said, there was some truth to that. And those are the insults or whatever that do the most damage when they're kind of true. So if that was the case, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but J-Rock said they were laughing and joyous, and it was a momentous occasion in the locker room before the fight, and they were getting haircuts and laughing and partying. Maybe that was like a symbolic when he cut his hair, from the Odell Beckham shit, and cut his hair, because like I said, this is his old hair with the dye and shit, and now he's just rocking the the plain natural hair color and shit. He cut his hair low. So he might just be going through that, like where he's just trying to figure out and see what the best point of attack is, and maybe later doing the rematch. So we got to respect it, even though it sucks as a boxing fan. Because like, look, he looked kind of big right here. Maybe he's just trying to get his weight. I don't know. We have to wait. That's the bottom line. But we Unpacked, coming to you live. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section for December 14th. It's not happening. That's what it's looking like. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you're new, consider subscribing. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.